Hey, we're back.
Hey, we are back. The boys are back.
Yes, we are back. Gary and Steve, a lot to talk about tonight. Recap our big trip to Louisville, which was outstanding. So let us grab a few bottles, let's grab a dram or two, and let's discuss our trip. See you soon, guys.
Welcome back to another episode of the Real Bourbon Bros podcast, the essential podcast for the novice yet curious whiskey enthusiast.
All right, and we're back.
And we're back. Yes.
All right, Steve, how you doing, man? Welcome back to another episode, everybody. Steve, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. It's spring is in full swing here. Actually, summer is.
Okay.
What am I
I
talking
was
about?
gonna say it's like past.
Spring.
It's like the middle of July.
Sorry.
It's
Spring has gone past. It is full swing in summer here.
I think Steve's been drinking.
I've never left my camera, I see, but this is one of the bottles we'll talk about.
Yeah, I think you've been taking a little too much of that tonight. Maybe that's why I think it's spring. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. We're going to detail our recent trip here to Bourbon Country in Kentucky. Steve and I went with a couple of our friends. We had a great time. We had 3 big interviews. A couple of them are already out. By the time you view this, probably 2 of them will be already out. One from Bardstown and one from Safai Whiskeys, respectively. We have a big one coming up from Bardstown. Buffalo Trace. We're still working on that one. Some creative editing involved. We'll get into that with that episode. But we want to detail our trip down there, the fun we had, the bottles we picked up, and then some B-roll footage we can roll as well so you guys can get some visuals of our experience. But it was a great trip. Steve, I think starting out, we got down there on a Sunday.
We drove down. You drove with me. We had previous to that, I had a little whiskey tasting here at the bar, the Michigan bar. Fun night. Open up a lot of different bottles.
Yeah.
Coerced into opening up one of my 10-year Michter's.
Nice. Michter's rye or bourbon? What do we got there?
This is the rye.
That's right. That is a lovely bottle. For all those asking, 2 thumbs up from the Real Bourbon Bros. Even though a $200 price tag around there, $220.
Yeah.
I would still, even at that price, it's a good price. I mean, I would buy it for $200, $220.
I mean, I guess my lesson learned is don't put bottles up on your shelf that you absolutely don't want to open under any. So yeah, I was asking, well, what bottle do you have that's not open? And I'm like, well, this isn't open. Well, why don't we open it? I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Then you should say, because I'm saving it for a special occasion, and that's not tonight.
Yeah.
I could do that. I would totally do that.
I could do that too. But I would say this was a highlight.
Yes.
In my mind, of the pours that we had.
Yes.
The night before we drove down to.
Yes, we were prepping our adventure, sending us off with a champagne. You know how they christen the boats on their main voyage with a champagne bottle. You're christening us with a good rye, a great rye actually, to start us out on the trip. So that was awesome, Steve. Thanks for opening that up. Yeah, so we had that. We drove down Sunday, picked up one of our other buddies. Shout out to Tommy, our AV guy. He did a great job for the most part. That's a story to come. But yeah, so we drove down from Michigan to Louisville. We stopped in a couple of stores. Of course, not in Ohio because boo.
No,
that's
fun. Ohio.
Yeah, I got some Arby's though, maybe. But we stopped right over the border, just south of the Ohio River. And we had a couple of finds down there. We didn't buy anything necessarily on the way down, I don't think. But we had some interesting finds in terms of what we saw. Obviously, most of it was museum pricing. We had a couple of good deals, but we'll talk about that in the upcoming minutes here. So we got down to Louisville Sunday afternoon. We picked our friend Matt up from the airport. Actually, he met us at the house we were renting. And then we went out to we got some food, and then we went up to a couple bars in the Louisville area. And that was pretty much day one. We didn't do anything too crazy because it was a big day on Monday, which was the next day. Do you remember any pours that you had that Sunday, Steve?
Well, we went, let's see, we went to the chapel, right?
For dinner? Yeah, the Laugh Refuge, it was called, for dinner. Yeah, and we don't want to put a lot of people down here on the pod. You know, it's not what we do. I would just say the ambiance and the cathedral setting there was outstanding. Lots of whiskey.
Amazing.
Yeah, the food, we got pizza, I believe. The food was good. Service was a little slow and maybe a little attitude-y, but that was just a bad day maybe for that.
Yeah, the food, I think, left a little bit to be desired. I would think for a place like that, they would have a little bit better food selection, and so we might throw a few picks up. I don't know if we have a few picks of that.
Yeah, we got some. We'll put them on.
The whiskey wall, I mean.
Yeah, that's their calling card.
Yeah, it's amazing to see that many bottles. Some of them were empty, actually. I looked up.
Yeah.
So,
one bottle that was open that I have been wanting to try for a while, and that's been on my list, was a bottle that I was actually able to order there, and the price was outstanding. So that's a positive I can say. And the bottle is, I think we talked about it I talked about previously, Rare Perfection, right? They're 10-year, vintage 2016. Outstanding. I mean, I think that was...
Was that at the Last Refuge, or was that at Taste?
Yeah, that was at the Last Refuge. Then we went to...
it was also at Taste, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the bottle shop, right? Yeah. So Laugh Refuge, I think, you saved yourself with that pour. And it was only, $20, which was a pretty good price for a 1 ounce pour. That was a pretty good price. So, because that was a surprising whiskey. I think the bottle goes for $2 to $2.20. But again, it's like in that, 10-year Michter's 10-year category.
With us, and I still remember it. And that's a bottle from Preservation. I'm going to be looking out for that one.
Yeah, exactly. And then we went to the bottle shop right after. We were going to go to Evergreen, but they were closing when we were there. So
I think they closed at 9:30 or something, and so
9. Yeah. And then went to the bottle shop right down the road there, and we love that place. I mean, they sell whiskey, they have pours, and they have all top shelf pours too. I mean, they just had everything you can think of in there. Right. Willett's, O'Carter's. Commander's Choice, Anderson County. I mean, they just Rare Perfection 10-year they had there. I mean, they just had everything top shelf there. So we had some good pours there, maybe a little too many, but it was a good way to end the first night. Yeah. And you remember any pours from?
Gosh, I gotta look at my receipt for all my pours.
Yeah, like, what did I have? It was one of those nights. We have to go through the photos, and we probably should have done that. But I remember the Rare Perfection was the best pour of the first night, for me at least, even though I had a lot of other Commander's Choice, Anderson County. What else did I have? I think I had a Willett in there too. But yeah, great pours. The next day was a big day, though. Monday we headed to... Peerless, I think, was the first thing on the agenda. Peerless Distillery, right?
And we got there before they opened the doors.
Yeah, we met. We were about.
It wasn't.
They weren't doing. Yeah, and they weren't doing tastings. Remember? And they were like, "Well, we don't have one scheduled till 10:30." We were on a tight schedule to get to Buffalo Trace in Frankfurt, which is about an hour away. So David was kind enough there to give us a private pours. Private tasting, I should say, which was awesome. And I actually picked up my first bottle I can talk about. I picked up the old Double Oak Peerless Rye for the fans right there. There you go. Been looking for this bottle for a while. Double Oak Rye. I do have a Double Oak Bourbon, which is outstanding, but this is the Rye. I've heard really good positive things about this, so I picked it up, 110.8 proof and batch 10. So, 130 at the distillery. Steve, what about you?
Yeah, and I did see that here locally in Michigan too. So, great pickup. I think we both have the Double Oak Bourbon.
Yes. Yep.
Now,
I have it back here somewhere.
double oak rye now. So that was here at the local store too. I really liked the toasted rye whiskey. So that's what I got here. The toasted. This is 109 proof, batch 3. I mean, I know that you had the double oak rye. I think I enjoyed that as well. But the toasted for me in that morning kind of hit me like
10 a.m.
because it's the morning drink. I don't know. So
no, that was a great experience. And we'll put some photos right here.
I don't know.
From our adventure. Yeah, I mean, those were great pictures right there. It was great meeting David. Hopefully we'll have something to talk to Peerless about in the future. We'll get them on the podcast, make some things happen. Then we had to go out to Buffalo Trace over in Frankfurt, about an hour away. We drove over there. We have some great footage. There's going to be a podcast coming up of that episode. Don't want to tease it too much, but just to say we had a big fish on probably the biggest fish we've had on the podcast.
Say, can't we? I don't know.
What's that?
I think we could probably say.
Go ahead. Who did we have on? Or who are we still trying to figure out how to get this podcast out?
So, well, you started at Buffalo Trace in 1995, right? He then moved up, and in 2005, he became the head distiller of Buffalo Trace, managing all operations. And he's been with them ever since in that position. So he's got a lot of history around Buffalo Trace. So, yeah, we got to meet Mr. Harlan Wheatley.
Beat me to it. Yeah, Master Distiller at Buffalo Trace, Harlan Wheatley, gave us about 40 minutes. And we'll go through that episode when we get there. I'll be up in the pike here a couple weeks. But a great time. We'll discuss that episode and the adventure of getting that episode out when we get to it. But let's just say we had a great time, great pours, and we were able to have an interview with him. Not only that, do we want to talk about, we tried this bottle right here. I guess I can bring it up. We discussed the single oak rye bourbon, barrel 80.
That was one of the projects that Harlan spearheaded. And he told us a lot in detail about what this project meant and how they did it. It's very fascinating. I'm sure it's documented, but we'll give you our impression of this. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think when we do the podcast with Harlan, we can get that up. We'll discuss that a little bit more. But he was very generous with his time and very generous. Corey, again, our PR contact at Buffalo Trace, thank you so much, and thank you for the pours too. So I guess. Maybe get in that real quick, or do you want to wait for the podcast on Buffalo Trace?
We might have to wait for the podcast.
Okay, we'll wait. Well, a little teaser.
Just put it that way.
And we also got to meet somebody else in the gift shop. Came up to us. We've known him before. We'll save that as well. Another foreshadowing, famous whiskey celebrity, like they said, I the Real Bourbon Bros.
Mr. Freddie
J.
Freddie J. Johnson, yeah. So, yeah, he was there. I'm not sure.
Photos here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was notified of our presence, but we were in the gift shop, and he just immediately grabbed it. He is such a exciting, exuberant.
Yes. Personality, very welcoming.
Here at Buffalo Trace, if you ever have a chance to see him. Also, he's named or Freddie's root beer is named after him. So
yes,
really good root beer there. It's
one of my one of our friends who went with us, who was doing a lot of the taping for us, is like, hey, I just met that guy after he looked at the root beer. He's like, hey, that's him. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, he came right up to us and he's like, hey, I don't know, I think he probably remembered us, maybe from last time we met him a couple years ago, maybe not, maybe from our podcast, who knows? I mean, there were a lot of fans there, so glad we had a couple of our guys to help with security. That was...
Who is that?
Well, I mean, that was pretty helpful to have our two security guys. Well, one security guy and the other guy was kind of head of the operation there. But we had a great time there at Buffalo Trace. And then after Buffalo Trace, we tried to go to Woodford, but unfortunately Woodford was closed.
Closed on Monday. So if you're down there, keep in mind that some distilleries are closed on Mondays, just like hair salons are closed on Mondays, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess.
If they're open on Saturday, they most likely are
right. They need to have a couple of days of downtime, I guess. So just, okay, so that was it. Then we headed back to Louisville. I think we did some Top Golf. We did a little Top Golf that night, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Oh, we did have lunch though at Buffalo Trace in their new. We'll edit this and figure out the name of it.
Yeah, Carlisle Cafe.
Carlisle Cafe. Steve saves me. There we go. And I mean, the food was good. It was a little expensive, maybe, but not too. And the food was decent.
Everything is bacon on it, though.
I love that.
Yeah. So
if you love bacon, go to the Carlisle Cafe at Buffalo Trace. Yeah. We did some Top Golf. Went to dinner back in Louisville. I don't remember where we went. I don't think it was very memorable. We went to Neat. We went to Neat for that's what everyone wants to know about. Where we go for the drinks after. So we went to Neat, I believe. And yeah, we set up with what we had the Heaven Hill 22. We had the E.H. Taylor 4-grain. Oh, I forgot about that. I did get a 4-grain E.H. Taylor. I forgot to mention that earlier. From a liquor store randomly in Kentucky on the way down. I'll put those pictures in here.
Right.
Yeah. So I tried the. What's that?
Chronologically, yes, you did get the 4-grain before all this happened.
Yeah, I got the 4-grain. Yeah, on the way down. So we did the 4-grain. We did the Heaven Hill 22, and then also we did a Brook Hill. Was that like a 12-year bourbon or a 10-year? I couldn't remember what year. But I mean, and then did we do a Weller single barrel there as well? I don't think we did. No, we didn't.
No, we did
those
not.
are the three big. Those are the three big bottles, I think, and I think the Brook Hill was probably the best out of all of them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was outstanding. The Heaven Hill 22 was good, but it was the last pour of the bottle.
Yeah, I can't remember every drink that I've had though. That's. I don't have a mind like that. I have to, catalog it and write it down, and
Yeah. Well, we'll be inserting pictures.
I do better at that. Yeah. I'm there for the experience, for the then and now experience. That's the kind of guy I am, the then and now guy.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
See you later, unless I forget your name.
Yeah, that wrapped up the Monday. Then we went back and they're pretty cool. We had to play some games at the house in the basement. They actually had like paddle ball or foosball and ping pong, and that was fun.
Was that
shuffleboard? Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. So Tuesday. Did you have any other purchases on that day? Did you get anything? Just the single oak. We went to some random liquor stores too.
Well, I did pick up another antique 107. I think I picked up 2 of these
from Buffalo Trace. Yep.
$59.99, which was
out
great.
The door.
Out the door. And then actually I picked up a Weller 12-year.
Oh, okay.
Earlier in the day. At one of the stores there, but I also picked up Traveler, the
barrel proof, full proof
Traveler. So I know everyone's saying about Traveler how it's like a weak whiskey. I don't know why they did it, whatever. I think the ladies like it.
The ladies.
That's why I keep a bottle. My wife liked Traveler. It is like 90 proof, whatever, but the full proof is 121.
Did you try it?
Oh yes, I did try it.
And
it is a much better improved Traveler whiskey.
Okay,
and you've got to try it.
All right, heard it here first.
Still maybe something. It's still a mixer, I would say. But it's a high proof mixer. It's 121, right? So
yeah, it's an
it's pretty good.
Level. Yeah, it's an entry level barrel proof whiskey, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and it was cheap too. I can't remember.
Right, entry level.
$40.
$40.
Yep.
All right. I think that wraps up Monday. Tuesday we had a full day. We had to get down to Bardstown for an interview at 11:30 at Bardstown. which that podcast should be out with Dan and Amanda. Great time. But before we got there, we went to Willet. No single barrels available, but we did try, I think all three of, myself, you, and one of our friends tried, I tried a 6-year rye. I think other friend tried like a 10-year purple top. I think you had what, Steve? What did you have there?
9-year bourbon.
You had the bourbon. You had the bourbon as well.
I had the bourbon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked up this is for later. I got to pour a little bit more of this. This is an 8-year Willet. Just a little bit, just to,
Yeah, get in the mood of Willet. Yeah, he picked that up on the way back, but he can talk to you about that as well. All right, so then we went to Heaven Hill, and they had the little grenades, the little Elijah Craig grenades, a little 125 proof for $30 behind the cashier.
Right. Yep.
So that was a nice little find. And then I also picked up, I think you picked up one too, Rittenhouse, American 250, 10-year rye. Great pour. We got to try this at the bar upstairs.
Went up to the bar upstairs.
Yep.
One word of this, and it still hits me now. I have not opened up my bottle here, but when we tried it at the bar, dark cherry.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is an awesome rye.
Yeah, a great rye, a 10-year. Rittenhouse did a great job with that. We also tried, I think, the 21-year Elijah Craig and the 15-year Elijah Craig, as well as a barrel-proof rye that they had behind the counter there that was not for sale anywhere else. And those are all really good. I thought the 15-year was better than the 18, and the 21. The 15 was probably still better than the 21. Very close, but I probably would take the 15 out of the 15, the 18, and the 21. But I'm glad I got to try those few bottles, few pours, so I know where they rank. I do have a 15-year here I haven't opened, but now I know what it tastes like. So then we went to Bardstown. Actually, put these out here so everybody knows what we got. So we went to Bardstown. We had a great chat with master blender Dan Calloway and one of his chemists, Amanda. That's her trade by education and by experience. So they had a great chat with us for about 40 minutes where we got to talk about some other bottles, their distillery reserve release, Mars, which is the newest release. We got to try these and also components that go into this because this is a Japanese blend mixed with Bardstown bourbon. So very interesting, not peaty if you're worried about that. And then also Cascadia, we got to try that as well. And we have a full episode that's now out on YouTube, so make sure you guys watch it and listen to that podcast.
Yeah, we also try some of the components of Mars. Like
Correct.
The raw components. And one was, I think they put in like 2 bottles of this PD whiskey per vat, right? So not a lot of it, but it's just like the blending that they went through to get the Mars just right was the story in of itself. So enjoy the podcast, and hopefully you guys get a bottle of it.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Both these are great, but if I had to pick, I definitely would pick the Mars. Yeah, both are about $100 MSRP. Good luck trying to find them at MSRP, but they're out there. And just to kind of rewind for a sec, we did have the opportunity to tour Bardstown the visitor center there. It was closed for the day on Tuesday, randomly, but we were like the only ones there, along with a couple workers and Dan and Amanda. So we got to go up to Dan's office. What a collection of whiskey that is, surrounded by whiskey, trying new things.
I mean,
that was a great experience.
You get to have all the different samples, just surrounding you. And I think it was their second office they went to, and they had crates, I guess, in the hallway, once before when they had to have all these different combinations, and they would just do these little different combinations of blending, and then of course that applies to the, the bigger batch of whiskey that they put out, but. Yeah, it was pretty cool experience to go up there and try a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of this.
Yeah, it was. And they kept giving us. And remember, they had a pineapple whiskey too that we got to try. So a little bit of everything, man. And by that time, that was before our interview where we tried these two and the components of this one. So by that time, we were maybe 2 sheets to the wind. But we appreciate it. We also got a tour of their vintage library, whiskey library, which some of the most expensive whiskeys in the world, in the country. We'll insert some video maybe here and some pictures here. So, great time, great visuals, great experience. Thanks again, Dan, Amanda. We appreciate it. Can't wait until we see you again and maybe do it again for your next release, which is coming up later this year.
Yes.
They have another one.
They have one more to put out.
Yes.
Can't wait.
And then we had to hustle back to Louisville. We got some lunch. We had to hustle back to Louisville for another interview with Dan. From Left Bank Distilling.
Wasn't Dan?
What was that?
Ken Hagen.
Ken Hagen. Sorry, why did I say Dan? My bad. Ken Hagen from Left Bank Distilling.
Right.
Partner with Mike Safai. And we've got a couple bottles there after we talked to Ken about our interview. Was supposed to be with Mike, but he had a family emergency, so hopefully everything's going well with Mike and his family. But Ken stood in admirably in the podcast. That podcast is actually out as well, so make sure you guys take a look at our interview with Ken, talking all things Safai whiskey, kind of a boutique, small batch distillery out of Louisville. Up and coming. If you don't know a lot about them, check out our podcast. Like I said, we were happy enough to get 2 bottles from him. We didn't steal them or anything.
We tasted these during the podcast. Actually, the ones that you have, you tasted both of those.
No, I didn't.
I thought those are the ones that we tasted.
The 10-year rye right here is the one we tasted. This one they also did. We did an 8-year bourbon. But I said, hey, is that a 9-year bourbon on the shelf, like for people to buy? And he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, do you want to taste it? He just went over the shelf, opened it up, and I was like, okay, I'll take the 9-year bourbon. So I have the 9-year bourbon, the 10-year rye, both excellent.
So I have the 9-year bourbon.
Yes.
And then I saw one that was, I saw it on there, and I was going to take a chance. So I did. This is the 9-year rye.
Okay.
It does have Mike's signature on the top. So maybe I might be worth something someday. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep
open it
for a little bit. But take a chance, and maybe who knows? Maybe I'll open it up in a special occasion, right? So.
Yeah, for sure. Special bottles. The bourbon's about twice as much as the rye, but honestly, I think they're pretty much on the same level. If you had to ask me, they're very, very good.
Yeah,
you can afford it.
$150, $200 a bottle. So.
For the rye, the bourbon was about $250, I think. So not. I guess a comp would be like Old Carter, even that's in terms of the price range, right, and the amount of bottles they make.
And the number of bottles they make is probably far less than Old Carter yet, but who knows, right? I mean, it's the same process that he's going through.
Right,
so.
buying the juice from
New Riff.
Yeah. So good products. Highly, recommend if you get to Louisville, check out Safai. Go in. They have a little gift shop there and tasting center.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's on the Bourbon Trail tasting. If you book it through one of the the sites that do bourbon tastings, it is one of the stops, and it is in Louisville, so this is great
location. Then we also have we got to try some Left Bank spirits from Ken, and here's some visuals of that. Sweet, as Steve's chugging his Willet. So that was it in terms of our interviews. These are the bottles that I came away with. Very happy with my selections. I was flying, so obviously I couldn't buy as much as Steve. Steve, I think, bought a lot more. but I think you hit the main ones there. Were there any other bottles you wanted to highlight? I think on the way back you got the Willet 8-year single barrel.
Yeah, so Uncorked, which is just on the south side of the Ohio River, I think.
Yep.
It's a little place right off of I-75, or I-71, I guess. It would be I-71. So we stopped by there on the way down, and we saw this Willet, 8-year Willet. They also had some Old Carter. And the price of the Old Carter was, pretty typical. But I did happen just to go to Justin's, House of Bourbon.
Oh, I forgot about Justin's. Yeah, the day before we left, that Tuesday, we went to House. Yeah, that was.
And I happened to find one I was looking for. It is the American whiskey.
Nice.
But I mean, I would say it's not really a big bot, but this is batch 18. So it's a brand new batch. Don't have a lot of data on this one, but I'm willing to give it a try. And this is probably the best bottle that I bought on that trip. So Old Carter,
nice.
batch 18. You guys know anything about batch 18, the American whiskey? Drop us a note.
Yeah, please let us know.
Love to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, because Steve will give you his thoughts, but might have to be a special occasion. So it's a special bottle.
I also picked up Old Louisville 11-year.
Oh yeah, that's a gift. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is 112 proof, 112.8 proof. The 11-year bourbon. So yeah, we'll see. I haven't tried Old Louisville. Again,
okay.
One of our friends that was with us, he swears by it, and so
he loves it. He loves
it. These are distributed in Michigan here. I have not seen an 11-year. I've seen like the 8 and 9-year.
Nice.
Pretty good stuff. I think the 10-year. I have not seen the 11-year. So I'm pretty happy to have this bottle with me. So I'm probably going to try that pretty darn soon here.
Yeah, Justin's was great. We had how many pours there? I had a binder stash, had a Willet 10-year.
Yeah.
What else? God, there's so many we tried.
We met another distiller, up and coming distiller there. Maybe we'll.
Yeah, I've been reaching out. Hopefully, we get a hold of him though pretty soon, and a little craft distiller as well. But we'll preview that. When we can get some definitive information about having him on the pod. So another foreshadow there. So a lot of connections we made, a lot of great whiskey we had, a lot of great whiskey we bought. We made it out with our livers intact, so to speak. But a great trip. Glad we went. We definitely have to do it more than, at least once a year. I think it was a great group. We did a lot of good things and made a lot of good connections. So positive trip overall. Yeah, it was a good time.
Who knows? The next trip, might be grown in number. So, we might have a whole posse with us. I don't know.
Well, we might have.
Maybe have a more professional AV crew, maybe.
We might have a whole meet and greet.
Yeah, maybe we can set that up. Yeah. Ooh, those guys.
Well, we have a manager, or a producer now, an executive producer now. So.
Oh yeah.
Which is funny because I haven't heard from him in a bit, so I need to reach out.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Anything else, Steve? Yeah. Anything else you got?
Let me look.
Well, in the meantime, check out our Amazon store. The Real Bourbon Bros merch is flying, especially our 250th America merch. I know it's past that, but you never can be out of style with that type of merch. America and the Real Bourbon Bros, great combination. And this is a new one too. This is exclusive. It has not been out for the public yet, but it may be coming out soon. We'll see how our test groups do with it. The Real Bourbon Bros.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
See ya. Giddy up.
Enjoy.